A win is a win is a win, and the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark go up against the Las Vegas Aces and last year's MVP, A'ja Wilson, and walk away with a W, 80-70. Sophie Cunningham has been hot to trot. Sophie Cunningham has been on fire.
What happens when the Indiana Fever lose their biggest star but still manage to destroy A'ja Wilson's Las Vegas Aces? The answer will completely change how you view this team. While Caitlin Clark sat on the bench, out injured but still getting heated at the refs, her teammates took care of business on the court. Kelsey Mitchell dropped 21 points when it mattered most. And Sophie Cunningham just became the hottest player in the league. Literally. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement that sent shockwaves through the entire league. So, how did the Fever end up with this dominant victory? And what did Sophie do in this game that made her red hot? Comment Sophie if you're fired up. Let's go.
Back in the W check.
Oh, that was a gut check win right there. Oh, that's in the chat. Yes, it's Tasha Howard. That was a fun one. My gosh, and these jerseys are slick.
Picture this, your team just dropped back-to-back games to the Liberty, and your superstar is on the bench in street clothes nursing a groin injury. That's exactly where the Indiana Fever found themselves as they walked back into Gainbridge Fieldhouse on July 24th. The weight of those two straight losses hung heavy in the air, and everyone was asking the same question: who are the Fever without Caitlin Clark?
Obviously, there's no timeline for Caitlin, but what has she been able to do this last week? Is it mostly just rehab recovery, or has she been able to do any kinds of practice?
Yeah, no, I mean, we haven't really practiced since the couple days before All-Star break, so mostly rehab, shooting, and she's been with our athletic training team, and we've been preparing everybody else.
The Fever's 12 wins and 12 loss record told only part of the story. Critics weren't just questioning their playoff chances anymore. They were writing obituaries for the entire season. Social media was brutal. Sports talk shows painted them as pretenders who got exposed the moment their superstar sensation went down. The narrative was simple and devastating. Take away Clark and you're left with nothing special. The pressure kept building with every passing day. Playoff seeding was on the line. Every game mattered now. Standing in their way was A'ja Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces, the back-to-back champions who knew exactly how to smell blood in the water. The Aces rolled into Indianapolis with their 12-win and 11-loss record, but carried themselves like the season champions they were.
Steph, Caitlin presents a challenge in itself for any opponent, but when she doesn't play, how is your team different?
I think our ball moves differently. What we run is different. She has such gravity, and her ability, not just to be the top of the scouting report, but her ability to make everybody better with the ball in her hands. So some of the things that we run are different when she's on the floor than when she's not. We run some more off-ball stuff. A lot less on-ball action.
Coach Stephanie White felt the weight of the moment more than anyone. She knew this game would define everything about her team's identity. Were they true contenders capable of battling with the league's best, or just another squad that couldn't function without their superstar? White understood she had to find the right words, something powerful enough to cut through the noise and reach her players as doubt crept into everyone's minds.
Yeah, it's definitely a relief to know that there's nothing else going on, and no more damage. Now it's just being patient with the process. You can't have 5-minute lapses against great teams. They make you pay, and they bury you in those moments. I think we've seen, throughout the course of the season, where we've been really good for long stretches, and where we've weathered the ups and downs of a game, and we've got to be able to do that from a neutral mindset. We can't get into the playing conservative.
The Aces came in confident, maybe even cocky. You could see it in their body language during warm-ups. A'ja Wilson and her Olympic teammates probably circled this game on their calendar the moment Clark got injured. This was their golden opportunity to prove what many suspected all along, that the Fever were nothing more than a one-woman show disguised as a basketball team. Wilson herself had been dealing with her own jealousy issues regarding Clark over the past 2 seasons. Now she had her chance to show everyone who the real MVP was. The Aces likely saw this as their statement game, their chance to remind the league that championships matter more than hype. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn that nobody saw coming. Sometimes the best thing that can happen to a team is having people count them out completely. The Fever used every single doubt as fuel. They transformed their biggest weakness into their greatest strength. What happened next would shock the entire WNBA and send a message that this team was far from finished. The Fever were about to prove that champions aren't made when everything goes right. They're forged when everything goes wrong.
Let's go! Okay, when we answered runs today, y'all, we had one another's back today, y'all. In the moments where it seemed like they could have made a little bit of a comeback, we stopped that. Yeah, we sure did. Now we have to be able to continue to stack that, maintain that consistency right there. I'm so proud of you guys. So proud of you guys. That was a hard-fought win. You earned it. Together.
When your team needs a hero, sometimes the quietest person steps forward. And Kelsey Mitchell was ready for her moment. Mitchell had been catching heat all season for her inconsistent play. Critics kept saying she vanished when the Fever needed scoring the most. The numbers didn't lie. She'd explode for 20 points one night, then follow it up by going 3 for 15 in a crucial game. Early in this game against the Aces, those doubts looked completely justified. Mitchell missed her first few shots and looked totally out of rhythm. You could see the frustration building on her face with every missed attempt. The crowd at Gainbridge Fieldhouse started getting restless. They could sense the Fever's offense falling apart without Clark's playmaking magic. Mitchell felt every single miss weighing on her shoulders. The pressure kept mounting with each shot that refused to fall. She went 4 of 19 from the field through 3 quarters. Those are the kind of numbers that get players benched in crucial games. But Coach Stephanie White had a different plan.
Handoff Cunningham. Cunningham too strong. Mitchell able to save the day. And it's Mitchell going right to the rim. Beats the shot clock and lays it in. Mitchell to the rescue.
Possessions very disruptive, causing all kinds of havoc, late shot clock situations. And then Kelsey Mitchell.
White pulled Mitchell aside during a timeout and delivered the message that would change everything. Let it fly. It's going to go, White told her star guard. Those simple words hit Mitchell exactly where she needed to hear them. White also reminded Mitchell to stay balanced when attacking the rim for better reads and decisions. Mitchell's teammates started rallying around her in ways that don't always show up in the box score. They fed her the ball in better positions. They set harder screens to get her open looks. They created the space Mitchell needed to find her rhythm and confidence again.
Thought about the three. Cunningham feed inside. Boston spinning, turning, ducking, finding Mitchell. Who splashes home a three? Really fun. Couple of former teammates. Played 2 years together.
Clear out. Take it.
Mitchell sizing up Lloyd. She will launch and bury a three.
Get out of the way. Mitchell pulled a trigger from deep. Fever up 9. Got 2 really good offensive coaches over there on the sideline.
Mitchell finds a cutting Boston. Who lays it in? From Mitchell here on this one.
So you don't want anybody to cut across the front of your face, but it's just a really good delivery.
Offense was not the issue for Indiana on Tuesday. They put up 84 points despite the absence of Caitlin Clark. Cunningham hit 5 threes, and it's her first tonight. Stay with Indiana.
So Sophie Cunningham doing a really good job of reading the stagger. You have options off that, and she's reading the
Playing for Sophie Cunningham to start again tonight, or what's your...
Yes.
What is it about her, I guess, at the start of a game that you like having her in the lineup?
Another ball handler, another player who can create shots for her teammates, as well as stretch the floor. A really good defensive rebounder as well. We had at times really struggled from a defensive rebounding standpoint, so like that as well. And her energy.
This run continues, but Cunningham able to put an end to it.
So you had Melissa Smith on you. I would just clear it out if you're Mitchell. Just tell everybody, go to the other side of the floor.
Cunningham straight away delivers with a three.
Or that. Vegas has done a nice job coming on the road, keeping Indiana Fever in check offensively. And Sophie Cunningham, you cannot lose her. Vegas got to lock in right here. 1-on-1.
Donald pulls up and hits a three. But Lloyd got open on the other end.
Well, first of all, I started off with our defense. our defense and get our offense going. And that's how we maintain games like that. We don't rely on our offense a lot. We rely on our defense to get our when our defense is going, our offense is going. So we limited the Vegas to one shot, and that's how we got open shots for the shooters inside the paint and everything.